Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds, and it is for BYB Super Flyweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Master Sound Productions. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the black trunks with pink trim, she stands 5 feet 1 inch tall. She weighed in at 114 1/2 pounds. She holds an undefeated bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus no defeats, and she fights out of Anderson, Indiana. Introducing Shelby Boom Boom Cannon. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the red trunks with gold trim, she stands 5 feet 2 inches tall. She weighed in at 114.8 pounds. She holds an undefeated bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus no defeats. And she fights out of Los Angeles, California. Introducing Agnesa Spitfire Kirakosian. Our referee in charge for this championship bout is Mr. Christopher Young.
Red corner, blue corner. All right, ladies, more time here. Fight hard, fight clean, touch them up.
Fight scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds. Cannon and Kirakosian for the belt. Here we go. Pink trunks for the southpaw, Shelby Cannon. White with the red and blue, and a little bit of gold as well for Agnesa Kirakosian, circling around, showing up a switch stance early, and Shelby closes the gap.
Stop.
Yeah, it seemed like Shelby's waited for Kirakosian to stop circling and then fire straight in. See, there's Kirakosian. As you can see, Kirakosian a lot of times likes to step in, change stances in that step, and use that right hook on the way in.
Shelby Cannon, a lot of clinch work, a lot of dirty boxing here early.
It's an NFL style tackle.
That is indeed.
That might be banned next year in the NFL too. They keep going in the NFL, they're not going to be tackling anymore.
Can't hit the quarterback. Good start, very aggressive start for Shelby Cannon.
You see Kirakosian going to the southpaw stance now.
Cannon throwing those big wide hooks and then closing the gap.
And that's where Cannon probably wants to do a lot of her work. Kirakosian smothering her there from the outside.
Flip. Come on, ladies.
And a slip. Yeah, she's ultra aggressive, and she doesn't want to stand and trade, punches with someone with the boxing background of Kirakosian. Cannon is just a hungry fighter who believes in herself and believes she can win and leave with the belt.
And there's that inside work, and that's what Cannon wants to do with that punch right there. That's the work she wants to get in, and for Kirakosian with her hand speed on the outside and combination punching, probably wants to be on that outside, but of course she's up for a fight too.
Shelby Cannon throwing and landing here in round 1. Kirakosian with some shots to the body as we approach the end of the first.
Neighborhood pusher, call me subwoofer, cause I pump bass like that, Jack. I'm heading cuz, bone to the phone, up to the petty gov. Sorry my love, but I can't through these eyes. Biz convoys with the wagon on the side. Only big boys, pieces on the ride. Gucci Chuck Taylor with the dragon on the side. Man, I make the buck by scram. I'm trying to show y'all who the fuck I am. The Jews is flirting me, damned if I'm hurting. Legend in 2 games like I'm really Kirkland. Platinum on the block with consistent hits. While for real, keep talking this music.
Round number 2, Kirakosian comes out southpaw. She is in the red and gold. Cannon
Seems like Cannon's a little bit physically stronger than Kirakosian, so her best bet is to try to keep this bully tactics going. Kirakosian's going to have to figure out a tactical way to keep this fight on the outside. As you can see, her nose is bloody from that inside tie plum uppercut combination that Cannon used at the end of the last round.
Cannon said before her fight in Denver against Cecilia Ulloa that it would teach her if she really was a bare knuckle boxer. And coming through that night, what she meant was, could she take the heat? How would she react? And we saw it. She did perfectly, and now she's come off to a good start against Kirakosian.
Yeah, well, the way she takes the heat is she brings her own heat. Correct. That's been sort of what we've seen from her in her BYB career thus far. Good shot there from Kirakosian. Counter with right hook. Good. And that's the kind of timing shot that Kirakosian wants to get off from the outside. That's the advantage she has on the outside, is that speed and timing. And that's why she's got to work on keeping it on the outside. And, of course, why Shelby Cannon wants to bring that fight on the inside where she's had the advantages.
And you can see Shelby's knee hit the canvas. Yeah. So it is a knockdown.
Yeah, and she ran right into that right hook. And there's a big left hook there from Shelby Cannon now.
Kirakosian working the dirty boxing as well. Oh, good body shot from Agnesa Kirakosian.
Yeah, Kirakosian adjusted there to that tie plum. She said, okay, I can't get my head up, so I'll take what I can get. She threw that combination on the inside, and you know what it did? It made Cannon's hand come off her neck because she wanted to protect the body. We got to fight now.
10 seconds, let's put a bell in.
Great start to our title fight. Good adjustment made by Agnesa Kirakosian between the first and second, with her coach A.J. Easley.
And the 10-8 as well is a key point here in a fight that's been very competitive thus far. We're going to see this shot of the knockdown. Good right hook there from Kirakosian as it catches Cannon coming in face first. And that's the thing. You got to be careful not to lean in against a person with the boxing expertise and background of Kirakosian. Good timing shot.
Agnesa Superbat Estrada is in the corner of Kirakosian tonight. The Mexican-American, number 5 pound-for-pound, undisputed IBF, WBA, WBC, and WBO world minimum champion. There you see Coach A.J. Easley, as Serge, one of the best cut men in the business, works on Agnesa Kirakosian.
Yeah, you see.
And there you see,
You talk about timing shots. Agnesa is one of the best in the business.
Yeah, Agnesa is super bad.
Super bad, as they go out. That's her nickname.
That is,
But she just won the undisputed title about a week ago, and here tonight supporting her friend Agnesa Kirakosian at BYB.
Round number 3, Shelby Cannon, the southpaw, black and pink, red and gold for Kirakosian, who scored the 10-8 with the knockdown in round number 2. Title fight scheduled for 6 rounds.
Good right hand there from Kirakosian. I think Shelby Cannon's going to have to work on getting aggressive and not allowing Kirakosian to get so comfortable circling around. She did a good job of it in the first round, where as soon as Kirakosian stopped circling, Cannon attacked and made her uncomfortable. But since then, especially with that knockdown last round, it seems like Kirakosian has gotten back into a groove. It's up to Cannon to readjust back to what Kirakosian's doing.
Which is exactly what her coach A.J. Easley told us pre-fight. He said, Agnesa needs to feel the fight. Yeah. And you can see she started to feel the fight and how it was going, and she's adjusted.
Yeah, she came out of the first round with a bloody nose. She definitely felt the fight. Cannon now with that tie plum again. This is her advantage. She's got to keep here. And you see Kirakosian tying her up, trying to take away that advantage, trying to get that fight back on the outside. She gets a break from referee Christopher Young.
Papa Goose, a.k.a. Mongoose, Robert McIntyre, the coach of Shelby Cannon. Round number 3 of our title matchup.
And one thing that's understated here is Kirakosian changes stances. You know, Shelby's a pure southpaw, but Kirakosian changing stances gives her a few different angles to work with. And I feel like that's also been a subtle difference in her coming back into this fight and taking the advantage away from the early advantage Cannon had. The same timing shot there, catches Cannon on the way in again. This time it doesn't drop her. Kirakosian again using that timing as Cannon trying to stay aggressive, trying to keep her uncomfortable. That's what Cannon has to do. There she catches Kirakosian with a good hook on the eye. You got to keep Kirakosian uncomfortable and not stay in the rhythm she wants to be in.
A good finish to that round by Shelby Cannon.
Yep.
Here's a good shot, Paulie. Bam.
That was that straight right down the pipe. And that was a little bit of a change of pace because Kirakosian has usually been using that shot right there, which is a roundhouse right hand. But that change early in the round with that straight shot surprised Cannon. And Cannon came back well at the end of that round as well, landing some good shots of her own. Still got a fight here. Up in anybody's fight as we go into the fourth.
You got that right.
It'll be interesting to see that 10-8 round makes a big difference. That is right now that is looming large in a fight where both women have taken the momentum back and forth.
And we're at the midway point of a 6-round matchup.
Title fight.
Super Bad in the corner of Kirakosian. Coach Goose in the corner of Shelby Cannon, who said, and I will quote Shelby Cannon, that in the fight against Ulloa, he said, drop her like a toilet seat.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, whatever way the message comes, if it works, it works.
Sometimes the simple is best.
Yep. The kiss theory, and Cannon comes out ultra aggressive
and
here
that's
in
what
the
Cannon has
fourth.
to do right there. You see Kirakosian likes to be in, she likes to be out, but when Cannon tries to get out, when Kirakosian tries to get out, Cannon chased her down there, and again, trying to use that physical strength. As I said earlier in the fight, it seems like Cannon is the physically stronger of the two. She needs to use that.
And Shelby said coming in, she's going to try to use the aggressive nature of Kirakosian against her.
Oh, shot cuts Cannon's eye. I think she got caught with part of that uppercut that Kirakosian timed her on the way in.
And Kirakosian is so smooth switching that stance, Paulie.
Yeah.
Finding a home for single punches at this point, but doing a lot of damage with them. That one off the shoulder.
Yeah, Jake allows her to have a bit of a more versatile repertoire. She's able to fight at different angles and find the angles. And Cannon has to work on trying to keep the fight here and also getting work done here. You see what Kirakosian as the boxer, what she tries to do on the inside is trying to negate Cannon's ability to do a lot of the good work on the inside until she gets a break. So it's a little bit tougher for Cannon to maneuver in there, but that's where she wants to be.
That clinch work, the dirty boxing, and you take it to the MMA world, that is an exhausting style of fight that Shelby Cannon has showcased early and trying to put into form here in round number 4. You can see the mouth open, deep breaths being taken by Shelby Boom Boom Cannon.
Good hook there from Kirakosian. Cannon is at the point where she has to take 1 or 2 shots to try to get on the inside, and which can take away energy from her, but which by the time she gets on the inside, she's not able to do the work she wants to do. But she has to get that work done on the inside.
We've got ourselves a fight. Very first boxing match, professional debut for Shelby Cannon was in London, England, June of last year. And here's the dirty boxing. Agnesa landing once, twice with those short hooks and then a nice uppercut counter by Boom Boom.
Yeah. You see Kirakosian, as she stays more in the fight, she gets the timing.
Yes.
She kind of starts seeing that's just her boxing experience. You warm into the fight, you start getting the timing of your opponent, and that's why there's got to be some adjustments made on the part of Cannon. Maybe use some feints on the way in, try to throw off that rhythmic timing that Kirakosian is starting to use to her advantage. That cut is, yeah, I think that was the uppercut, right? Is that she walked into the uppercut early in that early part of the round.
Super Bad in the corner of Spitfire as our title fight moves to round number 5.
SNS, Super Bad and Spitfire.
You got that right.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
And Susie Kantikian, Killer Queen from Armenia, one of the great influences of Agnesa Kirakosian, the former 2-time flyweight world champion. Held the unified belts from 2007 to 2012 and a WBA title from 2013, 2017. One of the trendsetters in boxing from Armenia. Spitfire trying to become the super flyweight champion as we've entered round 4. Let's see what pace Cannon is able to keep up.
See, that footwork has been bothering Cannon. She's not really been able to track down Kirakosian. Because early on in the first round, she tracked down Kirakosian because Kirakosian didn't really have the timing set, the punching on the timing set off the movement. There's Cannon now getting on the inside. But as Kirakosian has gotten warmed into the fight, she's able to punch off this movement. So now it hurts Cannon's ability even more to close that gap. And she desperately needs to close the gap as the rounds wear on.
Agnesa has made some good adjustments. Had the knockdown in round number 2. The women leaving it all in the trigon.
You notice what Kirakosian does on the inside. She just tries to negate the ability of Cannon to work.
Yes.
You can negate it enough, you'll get a break from the referee. And Cannon wants to free herself and keep working so that the referee doesn't break them here. But you see it physically exhausts, like you said, Goldie, a couple of rounds ago.
It's a tough way to fight. It's a good way to finish early, but as it goes on, it does wear down on both fighters, but Shelby the aggressor as well.
And of course, MMA fighters don't have the advantage of taking it to the ground, so
yes.
all you have is really the inside dirty boxing, which boxers have an easier time negating from just holding. Again, Cannon trying to end the round with a flurry here.
To the end of the last one, leaving an impression in the judges' minds.
Close your eyes, Shelby. Lean back, close your eyes.
The corner of Shelby Cannon.
Don't worry, I got you. Relax. Breathe. Breathe. Nice and breathe. Breathe. I got you. Don't worry. Bring your head down. Relax.
My chick bad, my chick good, my chick do stuff that your chick wish she could. My chick bad, my chick good, my chick do stuff that your chick wish she could. My chick bad, better get dirt. 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 I'm saying my chick bad, my chick good, my chick do stuff that your chick wish she could. My chick bad, better than yours. My chick do stuff that
AJ Easley already has one BYB champion in his camp in Los Angeles. BYB lightweight champion Julio Tenori Rodriguez. 2 minutes remain in this title fight. Will there be a second on AJ Easley's team who takes BYB gold?
I think Kirakosian right now will best be served to just use her jab and keep this controlled, as you have a tired Shelby Cannon, so the jab becomes even more effective.
6th and final round, Magic Man.
Yep, kind of like Gigliotti used that jab to his advantage a couple of fights ago. I feel like Kirakosian, with her boxing background, could use that same kind of jab because Cannon is tired, and so it will be very difficult for her to get on the inside. And also, Cannon doesn't use her own jab, just like Crowder wasn't using his jab that fight. Good hook there from Cannon on there. She gets in there, but combination punching by Kirakosian, and that's also making a difference.
Good work in the clinch. Christopher Young keeping an eye on things. 1:05 on the clock. 6th and final round.
Oh, shot there. But again, combination punching with Kirakosian. That's the difference again. Her ability to throw in combination. And now she's been fighting this Thai plum off with the body shots, and that's how she frees herself from it. As it forces Cannon to take her hands off Kirakosian's neck and protect her own body.
As round 1, Shelby Cannon, she did come out like she was shot out of a cannon. But as the time has gone down, the pace has slowed because it's such an exhausting style of fight for Shelby, and Agnesa has been able to do some damage of her own here in this clinch.
And you know what? She's a Spitfire.
Yeah.
She's putting the punches together, two-handed combinations.
Both of them will be honored by Scott Burt and those at the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame in Belfast, New York this summer. Could have another fight of the night for Kirakosian. The title, the final seconds. Will it be Kirakosian or Cannon? They go the distance. Agnesa Kirakosian and Shelby Cannon go the 6-round distance. One will leave with the belt with the official decision, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judges Efren LeBron and James O'Connor sees the contest 57-56, while Judge Shandy Shipman sees it 58-55. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, and now the BYB Super Flyweight Champion, Agnesa Spitfire Kirakosian.
Agnesa Kirakosian wears the belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Agnesa Kirakosian, your new champion. How does it feel to have that belt around your waist?
It feels amazing. It was a hell of a fight. Good job, Shelby. You did an amazing job. That was an award. Hey, now respect to her because she's been in the war now. She's been tested. But anyways, I want to thank my Lord Jesus Christ for giving me life, for giving me a warrior spirit, for giving me every heart to be here, for being able to move around with my body. I've been in the hospital and out, and I'm just happy that I can fight and box and everything. Thank you for the fans. Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you, Tampa, Florida.
Now you have great championship pedigree in the gym. Now you're the second BYB champion in the gym that you train at, and your support staff that follows you. Anything that you have to say to them? Your gym, your champs, your training partners.
Thank you to all my training partners, my coaches. Thank you, AJC, for putting in all the hard work. Thank you, DJ, KO, Boxing, Uriel, Lisa, Estrada. She's here right now. She's always been in chat. Thank you guys. Thank you for my fans, my family, my brother, my mom, my dad, my grandma, for Christina, always cooking and everything for us. Thank you, BYB, for giving me the opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your new champion, Spitfire, Agnesa Kirakosian.
Agnesa Kirakosian is the new Super Flyweight Champion here inside the mighty Trigon. Title fight still to come here tonight. And when we head up to Denver again, man, a highly anticipated championship fight.